Hello and welcome to Beyond Sunday, a podcast from Schweitzer Church. I'm your host, Jason Leininger, and in studio today we have Eric Vowles. Welcome, Eric.
Thank you.
What's your favorite color?
Green.
Green.
Yes.
Okay. Well, green's about to explode upon us because we're recording in April. This may come out, I don't know, May, June, but green is going to be the color that we experience for the next couple weeks.
That's right. Let's go.
Yeah. Well, we're in studio today because we're going to talk about practicing the way.
Mm-hmm.
That's an experience that you've been a part of.
Yep.
Why don't you describe for us how you got involved in practicing the way? I guess two things: how you got involved in it, and what it is in general.
Okay. I got involved in it because I knew of John Mark Comer. Was introduced to him through messages here at Schweitzer.
Yeah.
I really love his writings. So when Practicing the Way came out, I knew that I had to check it out. So that's kind of how I got involved with it.
And then, what is Practicing the Way? I mean, that's a book that he wrote, put together, but there's also other things beyond just reading a book.
Yep. Well, he kind of talks about how we should be practicing the way. It's kind of an ancient practice. He's focused on how Jesus taught his disciples how to practice. So I think one of the main things for me that I got from it is being intentional about our faith. We are being shaped, and we don't think about that too often. You know, we have habits and things that we do and things that we see and watch and follow, these kind of things, and they can shape us. And I mean, a lot of times we don't mind, being shaped by those things, but really, being intentional on being shaped by God is what I've got out of it. And that's a kind of way to practice.
So what are some of the, so practicing the way, I guess, is on the one hand, going back to the ancient idea that when people first began to follow Christ, in fact, one of the lines in the New Testament talks about this is the way of life, and, the way of Jesus is the way of life.
Mm-hmm.
So these practices are things that are part of the way of Jesus and the way of life. So can you describe some of the practices that get unpacked in Practicing the Way?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of them. If I had the book that I could get, there's about 3 of them that he talks about. I can't remember all of them, but becoming a believer first.
Yeah.
Knowing kind of what it is to be a believer, and then actually doing what that is. Sometimes not everybody does that. People come to faith and they just kind of stop, and then maybe they learn a little bit about what we should be doing as Christians, but they don't really get to the doing part of it. So those are kind of the 3 things.
So what are some of the things that you've picked up in the midst of the doing or in the way of Jesus, from reading the book, from being a part of a group that's gone through some of the material? What are some things that have impacted you?
Yeah, a couple of things. Being part of a group is important. I think there's a lot of aha moments for everybody in taking this series. I know there was for me, and just being in the group and small group discussions helps with learning from others and also being challenged too, because you're being challenged by the message of John Mark, and others are too. So a couple things are just having a basic quiet time with the Lord, or have more study. Now, I'd been kind of listening to the Bible in 1 year, but it went deeper after that, and I still do that, but just doing those things. One other thing too is finding some apps to kind of follow to help with a quiet time and just keep me centered on the Lord. And one of them you can do morning, afternoon, evening, and it's been really good. And others in the group, learning from others that they do this and this is a good one, and I've tried it, and I pass that on to others too. Like, it's great. You can try this. It works for me, and maybe it'll work for you. So I think just those 2 things.
So go just a little bit further. Describe that app that, morning, noon, and night that you describe. What kind of app is that, or what app is it?
Well, the name of it's called Lectio 365. And so, yeah, it's let me think. I don't know who makes it for sure, but it's basically just in Scripture. They give you a scripture. I know in the middle of the day, there's Lord's prayers in there every time for that. But it just kind of helps you start your day and then to refocus and then to end your day also.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Do you have some other takeaways from the group experience that you've had? You talked about how there's like gain insight or anything like that. Last night I was in a group and one of the people said, we were just talking about challenges or challenging places in where people work, and one of the bits of wisdom they came up with, which is just a fascinating bit of wisdom to come along, but they said, never quit on a bad day. Like, if you're going to quit something, always quit it on a good day.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, that's a bit of wisdom to like just stock away, like, and you can carry with you
Sure.
throughout your life.
Yeah. John Mark's book is a pretty long book, and it's got different things in it. And for me, there's a couple that I'm interested in. I'll just tell you one is fasting.
Mm-hmm.
I know about fasting, but I'm just kind of enamored to find out how that could benefit. I don't want to say me because it sounds selfish, but how me fasting, what kind of effect would that have just overall on my walk with the Lord, on my prayer life, affecting others, these kind of things. And he does that, and I'm looking forward to going through that series in more detail. The book is kind of an overview of all of his stuff. So, and then I guess the main thing I want to say is I really want to recommend this, at least the series, the book series.
Yeah.
Everybody should take it because I think most people that take the course, they want to know more afterwards. So, yeah, I highly recommend it.
Okay, great. Thank you, Eric.
Yeah.
For those who are listening or watching, we anticipate there will be some group experience available in June, and then again in the fall of 2025. And that one of the basic on-ramps that we want to make available to all people at Schweitzer is the ability to be a part of a Practicing the Way group. So, and Practicing the Way opens us up again to the practices of early Christians, people who were following after Christ, the spiritual disciplines, things that Jesus did that help shape, transform, and inform our minds and our lives to follow after God with all our heart, soul, and mind.
Yeah, I would encourage people to. I've taken the course twice.
Yeah?
And I have planned to take it 3 times.
Wow.
Yeah, it is a lot to take in. So after taking the first time, I said I got to do it at least 2 more times, and I've done it twice. So yeah, if you haven't taken it, yeah, please do. And if you have, be like me and take it again if you like.
All right.
Yeah, it's good.
Well, good word from you, Eric. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming in and sharing today.
Yep.
Friends, thank you for joining us. Thank you for tuning in. We look forward to seeing you on Sunday and beyond. Bye-bye.